that focused on creating learning material standards that would exceed the expectations of educators and learners.
My fourth book is officially up, so please check it out. Link is in the description below. This is a collection, again, of short stories and poems, and this one is more tied to the theme of psychological thriller. So if you're a fan of those, you'll like my books. See you all next time. I'm a huge fan of the show Hannibal, so I thought I would do another What If I Was Asked to Play, and I thought I would do it with the character of Will Graham, because after watching the show, reading the pilot script, and reading the book, I felt like this was a role that I could actually do, and actually do very, very well in. So, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a What If I Was Asked to Play Will Graham. Just like all the others, I'm going to do it in the way of just step by step, part by part, discussing what I would do. Now, the most obvious thing, I would obviously read the book to get into character. Just the first book, because Will Graham does not pop up in Silence of the Lambs, or Hannibal, or in Hannibal Rising, so there's no point. Also, I wouldn't watch any of the other movies either. I wouldn't watch Manhunter or Red Dragon, because I feel like I would, as naive as this sounds, may even sound a bit arrogant, I feel like I have to play the role as if I was the very first actor in history to get offered the role of Will Graham for film or television, because I feel like if I have that mentality, I don't have the urge to kind of copy what others did, or don't have the urge to think of, oh, what did they do better? I would just honestly research and just try the role as best as I could, as if I was the very first actor to play it. In terms of getting into character, what I would do actually is what I would do is I would actually just do a lot of research on FBI profilers, people who have psychological issues, in the sense of similar to ones that Will Graham have. They're so empathetic that it gets to the point where they kind of ride that fine line between good and bad, and they have these issues of over controlling everything and being too kind. Just kind of do a lot of psychological studies, I guess, and also research profilers, and also research with the FBI, and just kind of talk to them, be like, hey, how do you guys operate? People who have to specifically find other killers and that kind of stuff, or interesting. Like, what is that like to talk to other murderers to ask for help? Getting into character, I feel like the main thing I would do is, one of the things I have to do is look as presentable as possible, and I feel like this character, unlike Dexter Morgan, is kind of ashamed of what he has, so he would have these thoughts of, I'm over empathetic, something's not right with me, instead of like Dexter, where he's like, I kill people, but I'm okay with that. So I feel like what I would do is kind of have this mentality of like, try to look as appealing as possible for the eye, like in the sense of you take care of yourself, you dress fine, you shave occasionally, whatever, but you're not insane about being too perfectly well looked, similar to Dexter. But again, unlike Dexter, you still have the sense of like self-loathing, or kind of self-doubt, because you kind of feel shame because of this empathy thing that you have. In terms of workout and diet, again, I like doing this because I like exercising, I like staying in shape, and more specifically, I want to also mention this. Again, like the other video, I'm not a dietitian, I'm not a fitness trainer or anything like that. I just like doing these kinds of videos because I think they're fun, and specifically, again, the workout and diet part, I find that fun, and I would really enjoy doing that. With him, I feel like it would be pretty basic, in the sense of, like, it would be a pretty basic workout, like, chest, arms, legs, whatever, and stay in shape, but his workout plan would be, personally how I would do it, I would do full body, but not something insane, like an hour max, and wouldn't focus on lifting heavy. Like, maybe I'm, like, again, like any other person, have the occasional day where I push myself, and maybe, let's say the usual I lift is, like, let's say 20-pound dumbbells, but I would say, let's see if I can lift 30, just to kind of push myself a little bit and that kind of stuff. But I wouldn't be focused on super mass or eating like 10,000 calories. This is a guy that wants to look as normal, as appealing as possible. So he wouldn't do something insane like The Rock or Schwarzenegger or anything like that. Because, again, to look more socially acceptable, he would just exercise and eat properly. And he would eat very casually too. Like, don't get me wrong, he would eat the chicken breasts, the broccoli, the eggs, the bacon, the sausage, and all that stuff to take a lot of protein in, of course. But he would be very lenient to it if someone offered him a glass of wine, or it was someone's birthday and he had said he'd eat some chocolate or whatever. I feel like he would, to not be weird around others and not constantly have the urge to hide, you know? Okay, so that's it. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and I'll see you all next time.
It focused on creating learning material standards that would exceed the expectations of educators and learners.
My fourth book is officially up, so please check it out. Link is in the description below. This is a collection, again, of short stories and poems, and this one is more tied to the theme of psychological thriller. So if you're a fan of those, you'll like my books. See you all next time.